Live. Good morning.
Morning, good night.
Good night. All right, later, guys.
All right, see ya. That's
See ya.
the show.
That's the show. Good show today, guys. Of course, it's not the show. It's we just started.
Yes.
Welcome everyone in the pit. Big Nick, you want to hit us with the intro?
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, happy Thursday, Friday Eve. Weekend Eve. We got episode 385. Continuing my tear spree. Make sure you like and subscribe. All that nonsense. And Johnny's going to throw some topics at you. Don't get overwhelmed. Just take it one step at a time. All you have to do is go on YouTube. Actually, even to be even simpler than that, if you subscribe, the video will come to you like on a silver platter.
Exactly. You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do shit. All you have to do is wipe your ass. All right.
That's exactly right, Big Nick.
All right. Take that shit away, would you?
You don't have to wipe your ass.
That would be really uncomfortable, though. I mean, sitting down, that would suck. Nothing like a wet shit in your ass.
Okay.
Nothing like a wet shit in your ass.
That's what it is. This was fucking 4 coats.
All right,
Fucking
so
gross.
while they're
Yeah,
doing
fucking love it 'cause that
mug
shit's
stuff,
gross.
I'll let you know what's coming out today. We got more wrestling content coming down the pipeline today on YouTube. What is the best wrestling theme song of all time? Dante and John asked the very, very hard-hitting, important question of what's the best wrestling theme song of all time. Part 1, maybe, perchance. So that's coming out today. TikTok seems to be down this morning. We still made a TikTok, so I don't know. We can't.
Like the TikTok site or just our fucking thing's not going?
No, it's the whole site. Like, there's something up with TikTok this morning.
For TikTok being such thinking they're so whatever, they got a lot of issues.
They've got a lot of issues.
Lot of
so it seems like we'll still be able to post TikToks. I posted one this morning, but TikTok's like not working functionally right now.
NSA shit.
And it's some NSA shit. So hopefully our content still comes out today. Be on the lookout for that as always on TikTok. And if you're listening to this as a podcast and want to see my beautiful mustache, Big Mike's beautiful face, and Big Nick eating a snack, subscribe to the Patreon. We're there every day, Monday through Thursday. You can get a taste of it tomorrow when we go live on YouTube. And you can see what you're missing by not being a part of the Patreon. But be a part of the conversation. We got some people in the comments today. We got Cal15 with a good morning. Matt
Cal? What's going on,
Matt
buddy?
Rosner and Dwayne Bacon all chomping in with a good morning. So,
Good morning, all.
and then they have what our first topic is going to be this morning, already asking questions about it. And so I think I'll just get into it from there.
Let's rip.
So we'll do Matt and Callie both ask, how am I feeling about the Wentz deal? So let's just get into it. Yesterday.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna start with the MLB.
No, the Wentz is, people want to talk about Wentz first because I didn't really give I didn't make a TikTok on the sports account about it.
All right.
So yesterday, the Washington Commanders traded for Carson Wentz, who sucks, and I hate him.
Yeah, well, you're about to stare at him for a while.
So they gave up nothing, 2 third-rounders.
They got nothing.
And listen, you strike out with Russell Wilson, you strike out with Aaron Rodgers. They tried. They really did try.
So what happened here, Johnny, is that you were trying to have a steak filet mignon with like asparagus and mashed potatoes. That didn't work out. So you tried having a lobster tail, and now you're settling for McDonald's.
Pretty much. Well, so I think, does Carson Wentz make them a playoff team? I think yes, only because the NFC is very bad, and they played with Tyler Heineke last year, and they were 7-10. That defense is better than thought.
Is he a 2-3 win differential?
Over Taylor Heineke is not an NFL quarterback.
But he technically is.
He's not.
Was.
He barely was. He was an NFL quarterback because
He almost beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. Again, almost is almost. But
he's got a great football mind, Heineke. Heineke is a very smart quarterback. He's got great pocket presence.
Heineke gave Brady a better game than Rodgers did.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I'm not saying Heineke had one of the best, like, come from nowhere playoff performances of all time. Like, a guy just to come out of nowhere and give
If
Tom
he fucking
Brady.
beat them, he would have got a big deal.
Oh yeah, probably. But Heineke's got a great football mind. He's got great. Like, I think the most impressive thing about Heineke is his pocket presence, kind of how knowing the timing of everything, knowing when a play's breaking down, and knowing when to end a play. The dude does not have the skill set to be an NFL quarterback. He is not close to being an NFL quarterback. So, and he was our quarterback the entire season. Wentz is an NFL quarterback. He sucks. Yeah, he's a starter in the league. He is.
They're on the same level at this point.
They're not on the same
They
level.
are,
You didn't
they
watch
are.
Heineke all last year. I did.
90. What do you mean? I don't watch football?
You didn't watch Heineke. I watched the football
Of
team.
course I did. Of course I did.
He's-
Because I think he's pretty good.
He's not.
He's an NFL quarterback. You just explained to us as he's very good cerebral,
Yeah.
and that's 90% of the quarterback position.
He doesn't have the skill set.
He doesn't have a strong arm. That's all he doesn't have.
He can't throw the ball out of bounds. He doesn't have a strong enough arm to throw the ball out of bounds. Like that's
Carson Wentz barely does too. It's like
Carson Wentz sucks.
It's Taylor Heineke and then Carson Wentz, and that was about a centimeter movement up.
I think it's more than that.
I disagree.
Wentz
Carson Wentz
sucks.
is going to lose you games.
Wentz is a piece of
Heineke's
shit.
not.
Wentz, no one likes Carson Wentz. Like, as soon as they got rid of him, the Colts were just like elated about it. Like everyone's like, yeah, this guy sucks. No one liked him in the locker room. Like he's just a tool who doesn't want to be a leader and all this shit. And like Heineke is like a leader or whatever. Like he's like, you know, people rally around Heineke.
As you need to be as a quarterback.
Yeah. And so on paper, again, this is on paper. I think this move, like, you know, it probably makes them 9-8, but that's probably a playoff team in the NFC this year. You know, the NFC sucks. So maybe, you know, that defense is going to be better next year, obviously.
Can't have Chase Young for a little while.
He'll be back. He'll probably be back by the beginning. He got the torn ACL pretty mid-season. He'll probably be back sooner rather than later. But that defense has to be better than it was last year. Like, it's a good, talented defense. There's a lot of talent on that defense. Like,
They didn't show it last year.
but they
So
showed
you're
it.
just banking on them showing it this year?
Well, they showed it the year before. So it's either what you want to take. The talent is there.
It felt like I was like,
The talent is there for the defense, I think. And so, you know, I don't think they're going to win shit.
I respect you sticking to your guns here and defending your team, but they're not going to be good. That defense showed absolutely nothing last year with and without Chase Young.
Actually, in the
And-
second half, they were better. the
And
defense.
they were the only way was up at that point. They
Yeah.
sucked in the
Yeah,
first
they were
half.
terrible in the first
legitimately
half.
the worst defense in the league.
Yep.
And now they just got Carson Wentz. Is not gonna maybe give you one more win. That team's just not. It's not. They're not there yet. They have potential to be good on that defense, like you said. Like they have names, but that doesn't mean anything unless you do it on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I would have
And they
fired
didn't
Jack.
show it.
I would have fired Del Rio after last year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking care. I hate it. I hate the move. I hate the move.
Yeah,
Like,
it's.
I would have much rather have Garoppolo than Wentz. Like Garoppolo at least is a winner.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
like, at
that
least-
sucks.
Yeah.
So my thought process on that is Wentz and Garoppolo. Wentz might give you one more win. Garoppolo might give you two more wins. But if you're going to be spending that money to get those two for one more win or two more wins, why not just keep Heineke a little bit and then you get someone down the line? You're investing in nothing. You're investing in one more win.
Because
it's nothing.
You're as a team right now, the way the rosters can, believe it or not, the team is kind of needs to win the next 2-3 years. The way that the with
needs to.
and you
fucking
need to be a
screw is that?
contender for the next 2-3 years. The way that your financial system's set up, you have guys who are going to leave in the next 2-3 years. You know,
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin. You know, you want to maximize what you have in Antonio Gibson right now. He's got 2-3 years left, so you need to push the envelope and get a quarterback now. You can't wait another 2 years down the line. I mean, there's no one in this draft who stands out. You know, there was no one else available. I think they probably got the best quarterback available right now. That's probably the truth, because there's no one else available right now. And it just sucks. It's Carson Wentz, and I fucking hate him. He's a tool, and I hate him. And he's gonna fucking be the. Someone said yesterday that that it was that Carson Wentz. First of all, one that said 0 playoff wins and 40 lost fumbles in his career. Second of all, someone said he is the least fun player to watch play quarterback ever.
Mhm.
He's just not a fun quarterback to watch. He just doesn't play a fun game. So I'm very excited about that. Very excited about Carson
Have
Wentz.
fun with Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Again, probably the best quarterback available, and they need to get a quarterback.
Yeah, but the Colts literally pretty much said we'd rather not have a quarterback on our roster than have him.
I think the Colts are going to get Garoppolo now. That's what it seems to be. The Colts move Garoppolo, Wentz.
That would make sense, yeah.
Mhm.
What? What's going on with the Garoppolo and the Steelers, though?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't he go there?
I don't know. He might. He could.
Oh, yeah, fucking Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, then tomorrow, Deshaun Watson news. His
Yeah, he's
case.
supposed to answer questions, right?
Yeah. So if
Is it press conference?
no, it's his case.
It's heard in court.
Yeah, it's heard in court, and they'll know a lot more about his future tomorrow.
Interesting.
And if things goes well for him, then they'll probably trade him in the next week.
Okay, that was really my question.
Yeah.
If everything checks out, he's
Yeah.
good. He's not on the Texans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Panthers are
If he
named.
goes on, if he went to Indianapolis, not that I think the Texans would trade in the division, but oh my, word.
Yeah, Watson,
watch the
Taylor.
fuck out.
Jeez, that'd be crazy.
That the AFC would be more clogged than fucking an Interstate 95.
I've heard the Panthers are a team to watch for him.
Why would you ever want to go there?
Carolina. Yeah. I mean, they're looking to trade
listening to
McCaffrey.
offers, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
from
listening.
McCaffrey. Yeah.
Guys that can't stay healthy. It's a shame.
No.
He's gonna go down as one of those guys. It's a what if. What if he could have stayed healthy? And it sucks.
I've got this video. We're filming this today. But I'm excited to do it. You know how we do top half, bottom half?
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley.
He's top half.
You think?
Top half talent.
Top half talent, but he hasn't shown in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his offensive line has also been fucking atrocious, and he's had literally the quarterback has sucked. So every time they hand him the ball, it's like take him out of the fucking equation.
I don't like to base. If you're gonna put him in the bottom half, you're basing that on injuries too. I don't
And
like to
that's-
do
That's
that.
part of it. Staying on the field is part of it. You know,
All right. Well, you gonna put McCaffrey top half, bottom half?
McCaffrey isn't. When McCaffrey was playing, he was a top half player. The difference between Saquon, when Saquon played last year, he was a bottom half player.
You guys never. He legitimately was playing every game though.
Yeah, I mean, that's still, but you're still playing. Like that, you have to account for that. When
He's the top half player.
I mean, I'm not necessarily saying he's a bottom half player, but I think it's an interesting debate. I have Saquon, talent wise, when he came into the league, was so fucking good.
Give me. What is it? 32 teams.
Yeah,
so you got to give me
15.
16 running backs that are
right.
worse than him,
All right,
or
who are better than him.
All right, so give me 16 running backs that are better than him.
All right, I'll go through a list. So let me pull up a list of running backs. NFL running backs 2021. All right. In terms of how they played last year, I'm taking Jonathan Taylor. I'm taking Nick Chubb. I'm taking probably Najee Harris. I'm taking Dalvin Cook. I'm taking Antonio Gibson over Saquon.
I'm not. Nope. That's where I'm stopping. Yep. Antonio Gibson's not better than Saquon Barkley.
In terms of as a runner, the last 2 years he has certainly been better than Saquon Barkley.
Saquon didn't play last year.
He got hurt. Antonio Gibson stayed on the field. He's played every game.
Factor injuries out of this. Saquon is better than Antonio
But
Gibson.
you have to factor injuries into how when you're a running back.
I'm
you need to be-
talking strictly talent here.
but I'm talking about availability. That's part of talent. And
No, it's
health is a skill. Health is a skill. It's luck, but it's also a skill.
Health
for,
is not a skill.
For some players, it is.
No. It's
So you don't think
not.
it's just coincidence that Tom Brady never got hurt in his career besides ACL injury?
Yeah.
I think it's because
It's also a totally different position.
Yeah.
Sure, but I'm saying it's a skill. If you can stay on the field, and you can, Frank Gore stayed on the field every year because he trained and worked to stay on the field every year.
You don't think dude? What? Saquon is one of the hardest trainers in all of football. That's just a fact. Everyone talks about his work ethic and
Sure.
everything he does off the field. And he has shit luck when it comes to injuries. He's a running back in the NFL. They get injured.
Yeah,
That's not just like that's not a skill. Health is not a skill.
I think it is. I think health is a skill.
No.
I think certainly luck comes to play, but I think it is partially a skill.
It's ridiculous. That's a
people-
ridiculous statement. With all due respect, that's an absolutely ridiculous statement.
I disagree.
All right, keep going. Shit's in
Derrick
good.
Henry, Kamara.
Whoa. Derrick Henry wasn't on the field either. So what do you want to bring that in again?
When he played last year, when Derrick Henry was healthy, he was playing great.
You just went against everything you just said
No,
about
but what
health.
I'm saying, what your
That doesn't
argument,
make any
your
sense.
argument was, listen, if Saquon was hurt, he missed 8 games last year, and the 8 games that he played, he was fantastic. It's a different argument. Saquon was atrocious last year. He had 1 game over 100 rushing yards last year. 1 game. He played 8 games last year. He couldn't do anything. He wasn't. He couldn't get going ever. He was a piece of. He was bad last year. When he was healthy, when he was on the field, he couldn't play. That's what I'm basing it off of. When he was healthy. When Derrick Henry was healthy last year, he was great. When Christian McCaffrey was healthy last year, he was great. When Saquon was healthy last year, he sucked.
All right.
That's the argument.
Keep going. Keep going. I think you only had like 8.
All right. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that Saquon's a bottom half running back. I'm just saying I think it's an interesting argument. I think it's closer than you think.
I'd take Damian Harris over him right now.
I'd probably take Damian Harris over him right now, too. It's another guy I'd take over him. I mean, let's see who else. Eckler. Take out Austin Eckler over Saquon Barkley. I'm taking
Zeke.
Zeke.
Zeke sucked last year.
Zeke did suck last year. I think Zeke has more track record and more credibility than Saquon does because he's played better longer than Saquon. Saquon, I think, needs to prove a little bit more of what he can do because his first 2 years, Saquon was great, but since his first 2 years, he hasn't either been able to stay on the field or put up consistent enough numbers to be considered like, I think Zeke is more grandfather claused in than Saquon is. So that's like 10. Again, I'm not saying that he's necessarily. I mean, Joe Mixon last year, I'd take him over Saquon. So yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that I believe that he's the bottom half running back. I'm saying there's an argument. I think he's around 14th in the NFL in running backs, 13, 14. So it's close, but I'd still put him top half. I'm just saying I think it's up for debate.
I'll pick and choose my battles more wisely next time.
I don't think it's that outlandish. I really don't. And again, I'm not making the argument. I'm just saying that you can.
How many years has Saquon? What was it last year? His third straight? Was last year his third year?
Fourth year.
Fourth year?
Yeah.
2017 he got drafted.
I just may be a scorned Saquon Barkley fantasy owner as well because I draft him every fucking year. I mean, last year he averaged. Let's see, what was his stats last year?
I mean, he's also on a terrible team
Sure.
with a terrible offensive line.
He averaged 3.7 yards per carry last year. That sucks. That's not going to cut it. Like,
Well, I guess what?
he played 13 games last year too, and he had 593 yards on 162 carries. Like, that's just not even like remotely good numbers. Like, that's bottom half running back numbers right there. 13 games, 162 carries, 593
I'm telling you
yards.
right now, I'm not saying that this would happen. Even for the Patriots, I would do this. If they were willing to part with him for a second, third round pick, I would do it in a fucking heartbeat and take him and make a friggin' running back tandem. Down.
Yeah, I mean, I would take
He's
Saquon.
you can't write him off yet.
No. But I'm just saying right now, where he is right now, I think he's close up in the middle. I think he's a middle tier running back right now, based off how he played last year. So, I mean, who knows what he'll look like, whenever he's fully healthy again. Because,
TBD.
Because those leg injuries for a guy like Saquon, who's all power from the legs, that's brutal. Mm-hmm. You have to account for the injuries and the future performance. So, I think Big Mike doesn't want to talk about this anymore.
No, I was picking and choosing my battles here.
Yeah.
All right, next topic.
Anyway, let's see. Let's see what people think in the comments. Dwayne said he had a bad offense, though. Their offense ran a QB sneak on 3rd and 10. It's hard to run when there's no passing game. Sure, but like James Robinson had a great year with no offense in Jacksonville 2 years ago. You can be a good running back if, Joe Judge sucked as a head coach. And, yeah, of course. But if you're talented enough in a bad offense, you can still be good. Like, talent shines through. That's my
Assessment.
my assessment. So our next topic is baseball. They canceled another week of games. Well, they didn't call them canceling this time. They called it like something like pushed off games for another week. And this was come after the MLB and Major League Baseball were this close, like literally this close to agreement on a deal. So it seemed like the biggest hurdle for the last couple weeks was the collective bargaining tax, and they got that figured out. They got the financial system figured out. But in the last minute, in the last day, a new issue came to play, and that's the international draft. So the MLB wanted to push an international draft into the game, and the players were hesitant to do it because the current system. So I don't know how familiar you guys are with the current international free agent system. Like, do you know how much you guys know about it? Anything?
That's like when they sign guys from like the DR and shit, right?
Yeah. So they usually sign them officially when they're 16 years old, and but what actually happens is it's a terrible system. It's exploitive. It's it takes advantage
To
of.
bring them in for dirt cheap and then become superstars and then fucking.
Well,
yell
they
at-
get paid. They do get paid. They'll give them like a couple $1 million on a contract for like the top tier talent, and then you also get a lot of people get opportunities they never would get from these shitty practices, which is why a lot of these players, your Tatises, your Big Poppies, your Manny Machados want to keep the system in play because it helped them, it helped their communities. I mean, Manny Machado was American. He's still he's Dominican, I think.
Yeah. Dominican.
So, they saw how it's helped their communities. There's a reason why the league is now 35% Hispanic and players from a lot of these countries is because it works. The system works. You get players from a young age who get, through these systems, every team has a scouting place in the DR. Every team has, scouts always watching players. But at the same time, you're signing players at 12 years old to contracts to play, and it's an exploitative system. And you're using child labor, and it's a pretty shitty system. I mean, you had Alex Anthopoulos. What's the Braves guy? The Braves' old GM. I'm blanking on his name right now. He got suspended for baseball for life for these practices that happen with pretty much every team do this shit. And so MLB wants to end this system because they want a system where they have more control. And so this international draft allows MLB to have more control. Because you have to enter into this draft. You get drafted by any team. You don't have the say. You get paid what you get paid now. So in a sense, it's worse for the players, but in another sense, it takes away the exploitation of the whole system. So
is this? It would be a whole separate draft.
yes.
Okay, so what if they? Again, I have zero knowledge on this. What if they just I don't know if this is gonna make sense. Why don't they just enter the regular draft? Like have them make them officially qualify for the regular draft instead of doing a whole separate thing for it.
I think it's difficult with. I guess these kids are usually 16 when they enter.
Okay.
So they're younger.
So what's a whole separate thing gonna do though if
You have
it's just gonna be the same? It's just a draft. Like a draft's a draft.
I think it works differently with internationally. I mean, honestly, there's not. I don't have a great answer for you.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the fact that it's different. You have. I also wonder if this would also include Japanese players because they have a whole posting system and everything. That's a whole process in and of itself. It probably wouldn't include Japanese and other Korean or Asian players. It'd probably just be focused to the Latin communities. But I think the biggest thing is just you have a different player pool. It's just a different player pool, and so you're focusing on different amounts of talent. That's kind of the answer I have for you.
Okay.
Again, not a great answer.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, it's more or less it's different.
Yep.
But so MLB offered this to the players. They said we want this draft, and this is a deal breaker for us. MLB gave them a couple options. Option one, you accept the international draft, and we're going to get rid of qualifying offers. And if you guys know qualifying offer, that whole business, yeah. So, which is not great for players. So it's a leverage piece. So you accept the international draft right now, and we'll get rid of qualifying offers. Option two is we agree to reassess the international draft for a year. So they said November 15th. By November 15th, we'll come to an agreement on the international draft. If we don't come to an agreement by November 15th, the league has the option to reopen negotiations with the players on the CBA in 2024.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Another lockout.
potentially.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, potentially doing this whole thing again. But if we do come to an agreement, then it won't happen. And plus, this gives us time because Big Poppy, he came on the yesterday and was like, I don't have necessarily a problem with it. I just don't want to see it rushed, like this whole process rushed. So this will give the players time to, talk it out, figure out a system. And they said if we come to this agreement after this year, the qualifying offer will still exist this year, but if we can come to this agreement, then we'll get rid of the qualifying offer next year. And then there wasn't really the third option was no international draft, no qualifying offer. It was something even worse than that. I don't remember the third option, but it never really was an option, the third option.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much options 1 and 2 were the only options. And the players came back with a counter proposal. And they said, we'll do option 2, but can we get rid of the qualifying offer this year? And if we don't come to an agreement on by November 15th, we'll have the qualifying offer, come back. And then the league canceled the week of games.
Oh, boy.
That's how close they are. That's how close they are on this thing. It's
it
very
doesn't like they're close, but like
they
Yes,
are
it does.
Are
inches.
they?
They are. It's a power thing. It's a lot of things, but on the bullet points itself, they are incredibly, incredibly close. Like it's inches away, which is why I think a deal does get done today, and they restore the season, and then the week comes back that they just canceled.
Did you see that yesterday?
You did.
Yeah, and because they made good offers. These are good offers. We're very close. We're very, very, very close. It's just about who's going to be the bigger man and finally fucking bite the bullet and just say, okay, deal.
It's been about that the whole time.
Yeah. And someone on Twitter said, like, if you're MLB from a pure negotiation standpoint, you don't want to accept the first good offer that you get because that's not how you negotiate. And so, like, that was a good offer that the players made. And the issue is, if a deal doesn't get made this week, this becomes infinitely more confusing and more difficult. Because if past this week, you really cannot make up lost games. Like, past this week, you got to start really, really officially canceling games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right now you can still make up the games. You can still do double headers. You can still fit in about 2 weeks of games. Even if you push it back a little bit, you could still fit in an extra 2 weeks at some point. If you can't fit in more games at this point, and you're actually legitimately canceling games, then you have a whole new thing to worry about, and that's compensation. And players want to get paid for the full season, and the owners will not pay the players for the full season. And so, on one hand, you can see that and be like, we don't want to get into this mess. Let's get this deal done this week so we can figure this shit out so we don't have to worry about this. From a nihilistic standpoint and from, a pessimist standpoint, the owners could see this and be like, well, we have another negotiation we can go through. We could use that leverage that we'll get from the money from the season this year to have the players renege on some things that they agreed upon already, the things that we don't like, and we can get back some of the power and control that we lost in this negotiation by using this other new wild card, this thing that we can hold over the players. So it could go one of two ways.
You're
I'm
saying
hoping.
this could just completely go backwards. And
Oh,
that's it.
completely go backwards, and then we're out till June, till July, till August. So either a deal gets done this week, and we have pretty much a full season, or it's not happening for a very, 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 very long time. So, yay!
Okay.
And that's what's going on with the lockout.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Ain't that nice?
Yeah, it should be fun. Should be a great
I'm
time.
just rooting for more chaos at this point. Fuck it.
I want baseball.
Yeah,
It's gonna suck.
I do want baseball.
The product is gonna be much worse next year because they're gamifying everything. They're gonna be putting, from what I can tell, they're probably doing uni sales for ads, helmet ad sales, crypto shit everywhere. Streaming services. They're gonna be.
crypto.
I hate crypto too.
It's so annoying. Everyone's
So-
just like pushing like their own like agenda on
Oh, yeah.
crypto. It's like my crypto.
I mean, my thing is, we can talk about crypto. I also hate crypto. But
Sorry, I didn't
No,
mean to
but
open
NF
Pandora's box on that
someone
one.
said something about NFTs, and someone says, "I'd love to buy things that people who describe it to me sound like they're on cocaine at a party."
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. No, it's great. So it's like it's non-fungible, so you can't own it. So like it's on the internet, but it's really really cool because like it's in the ether. It's blockchain, man. You just don't get it.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Another rail coke.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway, so baseball is gonna be sold out because they're also doing all these new TV deals where it's like now they have games on Apple TV and games on NBC and games behind all these different paywalls, and it's just gonna be much worse product.
I understand that like the sports, like why they're doing this. It's across the board too. Like NHL's doing it. It's impossible to watch those games. Like they're gonna make more money, but it's just like if you really do want to grow the game and whatnot, and you're making it so much harder for people to watch, so much harder. Just make it more available. Bite the bullet on a few TV deals, or like even just like one or something.
Yeah.
Make it more accessible.
They're making the game
They'll never
way
do
less accessible. Exactly. And like now they have games on Apple TV. They have this new Friday night.
Who the fuck has Apple TV?
Exactly, I do, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Excuse me.
I have someone's login, but
I had it, so I had a free year of it because I got a new laptop.
Yeah.
Maybe a free year, and I had it for a year, and then I was watching the new season of Ted Lasso, and I hated the new season of Ted Lasso so much I canceled my
What?
subscription. Yeah,
I love that show.
I like the first season. The first season was great. The second season was I could not stand it. I could not stand the second season. Anyway, that's what's going on with baseball. 14-team playoff, banning the shift, pitch clock's all going to happen. The product's just going to be worse next year. It's just going to be worse, and it's going to keep getting worse for the sake of money. And who knows what will break first, people's spirit or the bank. So
People's spirit.
yeah,
Always is.
yeah.
And unfortunately, it will not be getting any better until
Nope.
that idiot at the helm
It'll never get better unless you you have to get rid of ownership. Like that's the
Yeah.
only way you can actually, because you don't have an ownership.
Good luck doing
group.
that, too.
Exactly. You don't have an ownership group that's committed to the game. They're committed to profits, and when you commit to profits over game, like this is what happens.
It's just another toy for them to play with.
Exactly.
It stinks.
Yep. And
We need more Mark Cubans
We need
of the world, ownership wise.
Exactly.
I don't know what he does, but
Steve Ballmer.
yeah, like
Like-
he fucking Mark Cuban loves the
Basketball,
Mavs
yeah.
and loves basketball.
And like even Steve Cohen for baseball, like all these new rules that exist are
George
because of
Steinbrenner loved the Yankees.
yes, George Brenner loves the Yankees. All these new rules that exist that the teams are so worried about exist solely because of Steve Cohen. Ownership doesn't want Steve Cohen to be able to do because he's the richest owner in baseball.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
And so he's just willing to spend all of his money on the Mets. And he said that, like, I'm just going to commit money to the Mets.
Good.
And so, like,
He's a weird guy.
he's a strange dude.
So he likes the Mets. He actually
Oh,
likes
he
the team.
likes
he
the
owns?
Mets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't like him, but I guess I can get.
I don't
behind
like
that.
him. He's a sleazeball.
Yeah.
But, like, at
If
least
he
he
loves
likes
the fucking Mets, fine.
At least he likes baseball. Like,
Cool.
that's something you can't say about all ownership.
Fine by me.
Yeah. So yeah, it's shitty. It's a shitty situation because you have these wealthy people, like the Nats owners are a group of them. The White Sox owner Jerry Reisendorf, who sucks, who Michael Jordan fucking hated, because he also owns the Bulls. Like he's 86 years old, and the only thing that he cares
That's
about.
the guy that owns the Bulls.
Yeah, that's the guy that owns the
Okay.
Bulls. Yep. You're 86 years old. The only thing you care about is fucking, 15 million. Like the Rockies owner, the Rays owner, the Diamondbacks owner. Who else was it? The
Great. All these
Tigers owner.
irrelevant fucking teams.
Exactly. The teams that don't want to try, the teams that don't want to compete, the teams that are okay with being middling. Their ownership is okay with it, and it's not surprising.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Shout out you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on with that stuff. I again am cautiously optimistic that they get a deal done today. They're not far off. They're very much not far off on a deal. So, yeah.
I am cautiously pessimistic. Not even cautiously.
Yeah, not even
I just-
cautiously.
I just have-
Realistically.
I got no faith.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pleasantly surprised.
Mhm.
Hope that we are pleasantly surprised. Oof. But who knows?
Who knows? Anyway, more going back to football. Talking about your favorite person, Big Mike, Jerry Jones.
Oh man, what's he up to?
He's getting sued.
He's getting sued
Oh, for what?
for paternity. Is he the father?
Really?
25-year-old woman is claiming that she is Jerry Jones's biological daughter.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought we were on a different route with that one. Okay.
Yeah.
What up? Let's hear it. How
Yeah.
old is this bag of bones?
He's got to be like
80
something. Yeah, he's got to be in his
He sucks.
Let's see. Yes, he does. Jerry Jones.
That's another perfect example of an owner. That team is never gonna succeed until that fucking idiot is out of there. He sucks.
Again,
never-
but he
he-
likes
he-
the Cowboys.
It's, but like to a fault.
Yeah, to a
like
fault.
he likes him, but he tries to be the head coach.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're just not a head coach. Like, come on.
So he is 79 years old.
Ooh, he does not look good for 79.
No, he does not. So this woman, Alexandra Davis, says in a lawsuit filed last week in Dallas County that she was conceived from a relationship Jones had with her mother, Cynthia Davis, in the mid-1990s. Davis and her mother reached a settlement in which Jones would support them financially as long as they didn't publicly identify him as the father, according to court documents. Alexandria is asking the court to find she is not legally bound by the agreement between Jones and her mother if she attempted to establish legally that Jones is her father. At the time of the agreement, 1998, Jones denied he was the father.
This is a weird. This is weird.
I can go one of two ways there. It's him. So they agreed, and he's paying the money,
Uh-huh.
and that's kind of admitting that he's the father.
Yes.
Or he's just saying, "Fuck it, no, I want to take this further into court and just giving them the money."
Yeah.
Or
Which
he
I'd
could be
like
a
to-
psychomaniac and fucking spend all the money on lawyers and fucking try to roast her.
Yeah, which he does have.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd like to believe that he is indeed the father.
Let's see. She was working at a. Okay, this is the story. According to court documents, Cynthia Davis was estranged from her husband when she met Jones. She was working as a ticket counter agent for American Airlines at the airport in Little Rock, Arkansas. Jones pursued Cynthia Davis, and the pair began a relationship, according to court documents. Alexandra Davis was born December 16th, 1996, and shortly afterwards, Cynthia Davis and her husband filed for divorce.
You'll be.
During the divorce proceedings, it was determined through genetic testing that Alexandria Davis was not the child of Cynthia Davis's husband.
Oh.
He was not ordered to pay child support when the divorce was finalized, and Alexandria Davis did not have a legal father.
We're already
documents
talking
said.
DNA evidence proving that he's not the father.
Yep.
Jerry Jones is 100% the father. Then.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
After receiving test results, Cynthia Davis told Jones that he was Alexandra Davis's biological father, according to the lawsuit. According to documents, Jones had told Cynthia Davis that he was not able to have children.
Shooting blanks.
Okay, maybe he's shooting blanks.
Vasectomy. What year was this?
This was 1996,
How many years ago was that?
25 years ago.
What's 79 minus 25?
50.
That's a normal time to get a vasectomy.
Yeah.
Believable. Although vasectomies
They
aren't
always
100%.
take. Yeah, they always take.
Yeah. Snip, snap,
Snip, snap, snip. Jones and his wife Jean married in 1963. They have 3 children, and all have a front office role at the Cowboys.
Oh, I didn't even know he was married.
Yeah, they have a bunch of kids.
Oh.
He has a bunch of
Ugh.
grandkids. His grandkid was like a Texas quarterback or something like that
Yeah.
for like a high school or something. Yeah. The settlement called for a lump sum payment of $375,000 to Cynthia Davis, and Alexandra Davis was to receive certain money, annual and special funding from the trust until she turned 21. The newspaper.
Some fishy shit going on there.
The newspaper also reported that Alexandra Davis and her mother starred in the final season of a Dallas area reality show called Big Rich Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
And weird. Interesting.
That is
To say
interesting.
the least.
So
Fucking Jerry Jones.
I think we should put him on Jerry Springer.
Is that still? Does that show
I think
still
so.
exist?
6.
Really?
Exists, yeah. What else would Jerry Springer be up to?
Jerry Springer's got to be up there in age too, no?
Jerry Springer Show. Does it still exist? I think they brought it back, actually.
Really?
Yeah, if I recall correctly. They bring everything back. Nothing ever ends. Yeah, it still comes out.
Damn.
28 seasons.
28 seasons. Shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts.
I mean, I can't imagine it's... Here's some headlines from it. Pimped out by your uncle. That sounds fun.
Pimped up by your uncle.
Worst threesome ever. Yeah.
These are Jerry Springer like show titles, episode titles.
Yes. I mean, this is just like the YouTube clips.
Okay.
You.
Apparently, Jerry Springer had a court show called Judge Jerry. It just got canceled.
Is Judge Judy still on?
Yeah.
She's still kicking?
Yeah. Oh wait, maybe it's over. Oh, Jerry Springer just ended in 2018. How many episodes, if you had a guess, of the Jerry Springer Show have there been? Remember, it was a daily talk show for 28 years.
Yeah. Well, I do that math.
Yeah.
3,000. I can't do quick math.
Big Nick, how many Jerry Springer Show episodes do you think there were?
How many episodes?
Yeah.
You said there's 28 seasons, right?
Yes. One a day, almost every day, pretty much for 28 years.
Quick math.
Quick math.
Go.
30,000.
Not that many. Little high. It was. Remember, no weekends too.
Yeah.
4,969
close.
episodes. So, 4,969.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
It's a lot
That's a
to-
lot of nonsense.
That would take you like fucking 2 years to fucking.
Should we just
finish.
binge that?
Jerry Springer. I've never watched an episode.
I've never watched an episode too.
I
Me
just
neither.
like never. I've always seen clips and I was like,
I get it.
this is too much.
Yeah.
For me. Like, I don't know.
Can't imagine making 5,000 episodes of a TV show.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot. Ugh. Anyway, that's the Jerry Springer Show. Let's see some questions in the chat. Who do you think has the sweetest swing in baseball?
Right
Oh,
now?
so-
Right now?
Yeah.
Because
Why is it that lefty swings are so much nicer than righty swings?
it's it's just factual.
It's just a fact. Like,
Yeah.
why are lefty swings so much nicer than righty swings?
Because I think it's just so much more unique.
They're pretty.
They are so pretty.
Very, very pretty.
I mean, every righty swing looks similar in a sense. I mean, Trout's got a great.
Shani
I
Otani.
mean, he does have a sweet swing.
Ugh.
No, you don't like it?
It's not aesthetically pleasing to watch his swing.
I mean, I think Bryce Harper honestly has the sweetest swing in baseball.
Harper, I like
It's
Seager's swing.
Yeah, I mean Harper's just such controlled chaos.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, perfect way to explain it.
yeah,
He's got such a long swing though.
it's
Harper.
It's long, but his hands are so goddamn
yeah, exactly.
quick.
That's what I was gonna
He
say.
doesn't get beat.
Like Bellinger has a long swing.
Yeah.
Bellinger's slow. Like he's got a long swing. That's why I never really thought Bellinger would continue to pan out,
Yeah.
especially with that shoulder injury last year. I mean, I'm not gonna say him because I don't think he has the best swing, but Juan Soto's swing because it's just so compact.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty swing. I think it's just a perfect swing. But yeah, I think Harper has the sweetest swing in baseball.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh, here's an interesting one. Are the Boston Celtics contenders? So Dante wanted me to talk about the Celtics, so I'm gonna talk about the Celtics today.
Right.
Jason Tatum,
All right.
in his last 3 games, has scored more points in a 3-game stretch than any Celtic in Celtics history.
Pretty good.
135 points in the last 3 games. The Celtics beat one last night. They played the Hornets. Tatum dropped 44 last night.
Damn.
He's averaging 44 over his last 4 games. He's scored 98 points combined in his last 2 games. Yeah, I mean, Tatum is... I know you guys don't like Tatum that much, but
No.
this is what I was saying earlier in the year, that Tatum has top 5 potential. Like, Tatum is a very fucking good player.
If he's got top 5 potential, then they got to be a contender.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they are...
You don't have a top 5 NBA player. Like, I'm not saying he is. I'm saying if he is that kind of caliber and he's getting there.
Yeah.
I
mean, they are legitimate contenders in the East now. They turned it around after the shaky first half. It took Ime a chunk of time to get the team...
Imi Ukamaka.
Yeah, it took him a chunk of time to get the team playing the way he wants them to. New team, new system. But they're playing great basketball. They've got some of the greatest guard defense in Marcus Smart and Derek White. They can lock down a lot of guards in the league.
It seems like once they got that guy, everything
Yeah.
changed.
Who
Yeah.
the hell is Derek White? I haven't watched a nanosecond of basketball this year.
He's the guy they got, a guard they got from the Spurs at the
Spurs.
deadline.
Okay.
Who's like, not a great shooter, not great
Yeah, he
offensive
plays
guy.
defense.
But he's great defensively. He's a great, manager.
Cool.
He's great on the court. Yeah. So
Just another Marcus Smart.
pretty much, honestly. So you got, those
Yeah,
two
but it's
guys.
working.
It's working. Yeah, they're playing great ball. I think I don't think they're the favorite in the East yet. I think they're contenders. I think they can beat any team except the Bucks. I don't think they can beat the Bucks in a 7-game series. I think the Sixers are a tough matchup, but I think you can shut down. You can't really shut down Embiid. You can shut down Harden with your guards, and then you're just dealing with Embiid, and then you can allow Embiid to cook if you can shut down Harden. And it's a hard
Could you say the
task.
same thing about Giannis? Let Giannis go off and have everybody else beat you?
The thing is, though, is like they have so many more. You cover Middleton, they got Drew Holiday. You cover Holiday, they got Middleton. Like they have a truth 1, 2, 3, and Giannis in crunch time is better than Embiid. Like Giannis has done it, Embiid hasn't. Embiid's never made the conference finals before.
Although Giannis' defense, he hasn't had a chance to get there yet.
Embiid.
Embiid,
Yeah, that's not
Embiid's
bad.
had chances. He loses in the conference semis every
Yeah,
time.
but who the fuck does he have? You got Ben Simmons who can't fucking. He had Ben Simmons who couldn't make a shot.
Yeah, I mean,
I just shot my shot.
Yeah. And he has Tobias Harris. He has. I don't know. The Sixers are also a tough matchup for the Celtics. I think
Who guards Embiid? Like who?
Horford probably.
Ugh.
I don't like that matchup.
No. I mean, you can put Robert Williams on Embiid too. I mean,
He's just a force.
Yeah.
He's just a big boy.
he's
The
a
only
big-
advantage you have with Williams that he's younger, you stay with him.
Yeah.
Horford just he ain't staying with him.
I mean,
no more.
you cycle those two through, and you have them two guard Embiid. Yeah, I mean, I think they are a legitimate contender. They could beat the Heat. It's funny because like, I think the Heat can beat the Bucks. I think the Celtics can beat the Heat. I think
But you don't think the Celtics should beat the Bucks?
exactly. It's just matchups. It's all about matchups.
That's not the transitive property, Johnny.
I know. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me.
It's all about matchups.
Yeah, it's all about matchups. The Heat match up well with the Bucks. The Bucks match up well with the Celtics.
Are the Heat the 1 seed currently?
They are not. Like, let me look at the standings for us in a second. I'm just going to pass this charger over. There you go. NBA standings. Let's see. Yeah, the Heat are the 1 seed. So right now the Celtics are the 5 seed.
Okay.
So first round matchup against the Bulls, they'd win that. I think they match up really well against the Bulls. I think that's a win for them. And then they play the Heat. I mean, there's a chance.
My bad.
There's a chance that the Celtics would only have to play one of the Sixers or Bucks, which would be huge.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, right now the Celtics are sitting in a good position at the 5 seed. Honestly, like they gotta like where they're at. They're 40-27, 8-2 in their last 10, 4-game winning streak right now. I think they're a legitimate team. Yeah, that's my
You could argue they're the best Boston's franchise, best Boston
sports
team right now.
I mean, I know you don't believe in them, but the Red Sox did go to the ALCS this year. It did happen.
Did it?
Yeah,
What happened?
they lost.
They're done.
Well, but they were one of 4 teams left standing. So,
It's not.
Fucking freakish luck.
I mean, call it luck, call it skill, call it what it is. They made it to the conference. They made it to the conference finals, the ALCS.
You know, that feels like it happened like 10 years ago.
I know, it
with
feels
this
so
lockout.
long ago.
Feels like fucking 10 years ago that happened.
And when the lockout ends, too, it's just going to be absolute craziness right afterwards, the immediately aftermath.
I feel like baseball doesn't even exist right now.
I know. I've been so enthralled with college basketball this past 2 weeks. I've been watching so much of it. Watched a bunch of great games yesterday. I watched some random ass games. I watched Xavier Butler. That was a
Classic matchup.
classic matchup. So I saw this tweet. I saw a TikTok that said Xavier only plays Butler.
Yeah.
I don't believe they play anyone else. Butler only plays Xavier. Xavier only plays Butler.
Yep.
Yeah. But the great thing about that game is at when they come back from commercial, every time they show the Butler Bulldog.
Oh, it's great.
Blue. He was on Wall Street yesterday. He went to the New York Stock
What's
Exchange,
he doing down there?
destroying capitalism.
Yeah, true. Good for him.
He was just barking.
Yeah.
They rang the bell, and he starts barking when they ring the bell.
What a life.
What a life. What a life, Blue. You're my boy, Blue.
My boy, Blue.
Yeah. I think all schools should be dog mascots, and all schools should have a dog as their mascot. Like,
Yep. And at
natural
halftime,
dog.
you should just throw them out in the middle of the field or the court and just have them play with each other.
Exactly. That's a halftime show.
Yep.
That'd be great.
While Red Panda's going around him throwing plates on the show.
Didn't something happen? Something happened with Red Panda?
She get injured?
I don't
I
know.
hope not. I hope she's all right.
So I know during COVID, someone wrote an article about Red Panda, about like how she's been affected
Oh.
by
But By the Coco?
Yeah. But
Hope she's okay.
their broken arm. Here's an article from 2018. After a broken arm and stolen unicycle, Red Panda is still
Stolen?
performing.
Don't you get
Yeah.
fucking mugged?
I guess so.
Jesus.
Wow.
Who's going out and about and mugging Red Panda?
I know. Do you know Red Panda, Nick?
No.
You probably recognize him. She does halftime shows. She does like unicycling, and she throws plates on her head. And she balances them. She like does every halftime show ever.
She like, catches a bunch of she throws like 10 plates in the air and somehow
Yeah, I've
she
seen-
lands
yeah.
them on her head.
It's
It's
fucking crazy.
it's fucking amazing. Love Red Panda.
She just performs the most random games.
Yeah, like she'll perform like the Hornets versus the fucking Bulls on like a Tuesday night.
And then she'll do some college game the next night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xavier Butler.
Maybe. Yeah. Red Panda. Great halftime show.
yeah.
Let's see. Big Mike, did you watch any of the PSG game yesterday?
Who asks me these questions?
I asked that one.
Oh.
People are asking about PSG. I didn't watch
I
any.
say one thing about soccer, and here we go.
Oh.
I don't watch soccer currently. I just follow it a little bit on the Twitter sphere.
Yeah, well,
people.
actually, no. Dwayne Bacon did ask,
Yeah.
did Big Mike watch any of the Champions League
Dwayne-
yesterday?
No, I don't have time during the day to tune into a soccer game, Dwayne. I'm sorry.
I kind of got the end of it. Like, I heard.
I don't even know who they're playing.
They played. Oh God. Real Madrid. Did you watch any?
Dude, soccer's like hard to watch.
It's hard to know
During the
when it's
day.
on. Yeah. Like it's just on, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing tweets about like, oh PSG. It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
I didn't even know this shit was on. Like, how do you keep track of this shit?
Yeah, it's just like constant. I don't know if there's ever an off season for
Yeah.
soccer. I think they just kind of pick and choose when they
Exactly.
decide to play or not.
But anyway, the PSG lost. I read about it a little bit. They blew a lead to Real Madrid. They choked Messi and Mbappe, Smelia, Mbappe, Hansen. So yeah, PSG was eliminated yesterday. That's all I have to say about that because I don't know too much about it. I think they're eliminated.
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 If you lose, you get killed.
Yeah, they kill they sacrifice.
Everybody dies.
They
But not everybody lives.
they actually have a guillotine.
Yep.
for
Right
the French
midfield.
team, right at midfield, and they all sing Les Mis and they chop off.
You know, the
people's
last
heads.
time they used the guillotine was like fairly recently.
like 1970.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corporal.
It's just like kind of insane. The French, man.
The French.
Crazy.
They do it different there, including
They do.
losing. Let's see what other questions we got.
Golf topics quickly.
Oh yeah, we got time.
Tiger Woods is a savage. He got inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame last night. He showed up in a backwards hat, sunglasses, and just like a skin tight dry fit shirt. Just, like, on the red carpet. Guy's an absolute savage. And one of the greatest spectacles in sports is this weekend.
What's this
The
weekend?
Players Championship, the Island Green, 17th Island Green, down in Florida. Justin Thomas won last year, the defending champion. And I can't wait to see what happens on that Island Green. It's one of the best holes in all of golf. So tune into that.
There we go.
Got the Masters next month, right?
And the Masters are coming up April,
What,
is it
10th
third
or
week of
11th?
April?
I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But yeah, fucking love the Masters.
All right, we got Zach. Hey, Big Mike, you watching the Bruins tonight against Chicago, and should they win?
Yes, they should win.
Is Chicago so good?
Not really.
Yeah.
They can be, but they're not.
How's Patrick Kane doing?
Patrick Kane's still really good.
Yeah.
I feel like there was some trade talks about him, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taves is gonna hit his 1,000th game somewhat soon, I think.
I never knew how you pronounce his name.
Taves.
Taves.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Taos.
Taves. Yeah, you know what the Canadians get.
Yeah.
But yeah, they should probably win tonight.
Dwayne asks, how have you guys been watching college baseball to substitute for the MLB?
I have not.
Not really. I'm not at the point yet where I miss baseball that much. I mean, I've been following a little bit. I know Texas lost yesterday, Texas Southern. Texas was the 1 seed, the number 1 ranked team in the country. They lost to Texas Southern. Apparently Northeastern.
Texas State.
Yeah. Texas State?
Yeah.
I gotcha. I knew it was Texas something. Apparently, Northeastern swept NC State last week over a weekend series.
Word.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Shout out Northeastern.
Yeah. NC State has this one kid who's just fucking lighting it up. I forget his name. But
Yeah, he destroyed Quinnipiac
Yeah.
the other day, last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, suck it, Dante.
How the fuck are we supposed to watch college baseball if we can't even watch fucking regular baseball? Like, where are people watching college baseball?
ESPN.
Oh,
They
okay.
broadcast a lot of games. Yeah.
All right, stand corrected on that one.
Like if you, my roommate has ESPN Plus, so we get
Do you
everything.
watch Omaha, Johnny? Will you watch the College World Series?
Yeah, I watch College World Series. Depends on the year, but like I've gotten into it a couple years, and just like I'll choose a team. Like 2 years ago, when Michigan made that run, and they were in the finals, I was watching like every Michigan game. That was fun. But yeah, I watch the College Baseball World Series. That's always a good time. College sports playoffs are just the best. They're just different because no one's good, and that helps so much. Because when you're passionate and not good, just shit happens. Crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
Like yesterday in the Xavier Butler game was crazy yesterday.
Yeah.
So there's this one kid, Peter Scruggs, not Xavier Scruggs, the former baseball player, but Peter Scruggs.
That's a good last name.
Yeah.
Scruggs.
He was like lighting it up for Xavier, and he made this one play with like 10 seconds left to give Xavier the 2-point lead, and it was an and one. And he made this like circus play, and they called a timeout between him shooting the free throw, and they talked it over. And I'm guessing that what they said was, if you make the free throw, make it a 3-point game, you foul.
Mm-hmm.
You don't let them shoot the three.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes the free throw, and he misses it.
Mm.
Rebound Butler. Butler's going on the court. They're going down the court. And Scruggs, lapse of judgment,
Foul.
fouls him. Sends him to the line. Xavier ends up losing the game.
Yep.
Makes the free throws. Go to OT. Xavier loses.
Tough.
Lapse of judgment. But that doesn't happen in the NBA unless you're J.R. Smith. You know, that's why I love college basketball, because people are stupid. They make dumb, boneheaded plays, and then no one's ever out of a game.
Nope.
Like, it could be a 17-point game with 2 minutes left, and it's not over.
Can't expect college kids to be smart. You kidding me?
No, they're fucking college kids. So I am very excited for this weekend. I will be watching a lot of college basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Conference tournaments. We've got Duke Syracuse today. We can talk about this also. Buddy Boeheim, coach's son.
Mm.
Yeah.
See what he did?
What'd he do?
Threw an elbow at a Florida State player for no good reason whatsoever.
Okay.
Just fucking elbowed him in the chest. Suspended today
Ooh.
against Duke. Real coach's son.
Yep. Runs in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Boeheim killed a guy.
Yes, he did. And
Did he really? Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes.
It wasn't that
The,
long ago.
Was he? No, he wasn't. How'd that story go down again? I'm vaguely remembering this. He wasn't driving drunk, was he?
No, I
No.
think the guy. Like a side of the road type deal, something like that.
Yeah.
He just hit him or something?
I forget.
Let me look it up real quick.
I remember he got wicked
He
emotional
definitely
about
wasn't
that.
drunk,
No.
because then he would be in prison.
Yes.
It would be coaching.
Jim Boeheim struck a man with his car after a Syracuse game. Let's see. Boeheim was driving home on I-690 after Syracuse's win when he ran into Jimenez. Jimenez was in a car that had crashed into a guardrail earlier and was blocking 2 of the 3 lanes. Boeheim struck and killed Jimenez, who had exited the car with the university SUV while attempting to avoid the wreckage.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He was going 66 in a 55 zone. Didn't have any drugs or alcohol in his system. The crash would have been deadly even if Boeheim was going the speed limit. So it wasn't his fault. It was the middle of the night. This guy had gotten out of his car. He was blocking middle of a highway. He was blocking 2-3 lanes of traffic with his
Yeah.
car. So he was trying to avoid the accident. He killed this guy.
Whoops.
Whoops. Let's see what else we got.
I remember he took that really hard.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah. Will you guys have a bracket challenge for everyone next week? I mean, we'll be filling out our brackets definitely. We could open it up to fans maybe. We could do like an ESPN just open.
If you upgrade yourself to a different Patreon, maybe we'll have to do that.
Ooh, maybe it's for Patreon only.
Ooh.
Bracket challenge for Patreon members. You can compete with us. It's not a bad idea. You could also do an open one, like the Lumberland bracket. We'll give you guys details next week. We will be doing a bracketology show next Tuesday. We'll be filling out our brackets, And also, we'll be promoting our live stream on that. The Tuesday live stream is going to be a big live stream. Got a lot of things, a lot of news coming out too this week. Big announcement coming tomorrow on the show. But Tuesday is going to be a big live stream day. We'll be doing a live stream at roughly around 1-ish because we're selling sweatshirts. We're selling our blue Lumberland sweatshirts, the ones that you see in all of our content. Not the one that Big Mike's wearing, the other one. We're selling those next week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. And guess what we will have? XXLs. So, Dwayne, we did it for you. You can buy your Lumberland merch.
Dwayne.
Congratulations, Dwayne Bacon. You'll
We
be
got
able to
you,
buy
Dwayne.
Lovable, your Lumberland merch.
We love you.
We have your.
Now you got to pull the trigger.
Yes. So we have XXLs now finally available for our bigger Lumberland fans.
Our big boys.
For our biggest fans.
Our big lovers.
We love our big boys.
Oh yeah, we love our big boys. Be on the lookout for that next week. You can get your own Lumberland sweatshirt. Very exciting. Let's see what else. Random question. Who wins when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
I'm going with the unstoppable force.
How can I argue that? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's called an unstoppable force.
It's going to hurt my brain to think about this anymore.
We did the last week. This has been the big thing this week on the internet is the doors or wheels argument.
If I see that one more fucking time.
I mean, we got on it early.
We did.
We did get on it early.
Everyone's got every point I see is
a good point.
Is a really good point
Uh-huh.
too, and it's both ways.
The one that blew my mind the most. How do you think a doorknob works?
Gears.
They call it a wheel.
Really?
The doorknob. They call the thing inside the doorknob. There are two wheels in a doorknob.
I'd have to see it. Who's they? Who's they? Doorknob people? Doorknob community?
Let me look it up.
The good a lot of good points were like big lecture halls with all those chairs and only
Yeah.
two doors to get in, and then
But
another
then
one on the
also
opposite side
lockers.
lockers or a cruise ship with no wheels,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of doors. I don't know.
So-
A lot of good points. A lot of good points.
This is how you break down a doorknob. So
Truly riveting stuff, people.
the circle-ish part is called a wheel.
God damn it! It's not even called a knob.
No, it's called a wheel.
So we should be calling these door wheels.
Pretty much.
My life's a lie.
Look at this. Look at this. For everyone on the internet who can't see this, the circle part of the doorknob, the one that actually turns, is called a wheel. Therefore, and every doorknob, and every like traditional doorknob, like the circle ones, it's a wheel.
Damn it! I hate the internet.
Yeah. Therefore, there are more wheels than doors. So.
That stinks.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's the end of the show. Big Nick, you want to wrap it up?
Sure will. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be on YouTube Live. Go ahead and check it out. And, yeah, that's all I got for you. That's all we got for you. We'll see you tomorrow.